Hello, my name is Bozo, and I like drawing comics. This is a stream where I'm going to be working on comics. The comic I'm currently working on is a zombie comic, basically. It is a Resident Evil 2 inspired comic. There's other elements from other games and other zombie movie properties, I guess you can call them, that I included in there. And this is just kind of a stream of me working on it. I stream Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday around this time. And yeah, so we're gonna be going and doing this stream right now. I currently have the page 21, I believe, on the screen. And as where the story's at, Leona and Clarence, gender bent Leon and Claire. They've made it into the police station. They got locked into the police station by the police chief Irons, who's gone nuts and killed all the survivors that were in the police station, I guess. And this is Marlene, which is gender bent Marvin. And she's been shot by the police officer. She's explaining kind of just very roughly kind of the situation that's going on with the city. This is very Resident Evil 2. I mean, this is just basically lifted from there. So yeah, that's where we're at. Background on the comic I'm doing, just kind of to get my bearings again with comics, and we're just doing this comic. In the meantime, basically just kind of to pass the time. But yeah, that's what we got. And yeah, how's it going? How's it going? I see you over there in the chat. Alrighty, so let's get started on this. I'm gonna leave off basically where I was at the last time, just kind of trying to fill in the speech bubbles effectively, I guess. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. So let me just go there. The Moons unit warned us, and like I said in this last panel, she needs to say that Christina disappeared shortly after the incident. That way, you know, Clarence is kind of like, oh, you know, what's going on? And that's setup, I guess, for his sister becoming the female nemesis, which is what I'm currently planning. Although, you know, I might change that later or do something a little bit different. But I don't know. I kind of like that idea. I've been sitting with it for a while, so we're gonna be doing that. So let me just get started on working and see what dialogue can be written there, so we can start storyboarding the next page out. And maybe try and summarize the whole first game into just one bubble. I don't know, I just kind of write something maybe like, I don't know, they were attacked by zombies in a mansion, but everybody thought they were crazy or something like that. Shortly after the incident, Christina disappeared or something like that. And, you know, Christina's Clarence's sister, Claire kind of thing. So I think that's probably just going to be what I'm going to do. I know Marvin's actual speech in the game was much longer, but I don't really do this. I also forgot that I was supposed to make Marlene dark skinned, but you know, that's just gonna be the way it goes then. I have been looking into webcomic hosting, but, well, that's kind of a lie. I just kind of been thinking about it. I haven't really been looking into it. But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe, I don't know. I remember going into webtoons like way back, maybe when I wanted to do comics again, but never got around to it. I don't remember the format that they were doing it, so maybe I think that seems to be the biggest site these days. So I'm probably going to be doing it with them maybe. First couple pages are very varying in quality just because I did them in my free time when I had less time even than now. But yeah, I'm doing that. That's definitely on my to-do list for this week and get that done. So, we can be ready and going. Hopefully I can get that done by Saturday or so. Just so have something to report. Also for tomorrow's report log, maybe I'll try and get it done tonight so I can just have that in the report for tomorrow and just do that weekly video I upload, just letting you guys know that it's we got web hosting now. If you guys want to actually read the comic instead of just me listening to me talking about it or just watching me work on it on stream. So I got the speech bubble. They were attacked by zombies in a mansion. I really don't need to go into too much detail. I mean, I think whoever's played the Resident Evil comics kind of has an idea what I'm trying to say. And anybody that hasn't, why would they be reading this comic? But if they are, they can just they were attacked by zombies in a mansion, and they just look it up later. That's a reference to Resident Evil 1. Thinking of maybe putting something like that mansion was owned by Parasol, the ghetto umbrella I'm using over here. But I think I'd rather just skip it. I could just probably put, like I'm thought about it first. That Christina disappeared after that incident. Nobody knows her whereabouts, and it's weird, etc. Something like that. I don't know. A little bit too big for that speech bubble. Let me try and make it a little bit, try and condense it a little bit more, maybe make it a little bit smaller in size, and probably what I want to say in that speech bubble per se as well. Something like the surviving Moon's units. Moon's, the survivors, the surviving Moon's units. Moon's unit. Survivors disappeared after, something like that. It's gonna make the speech bubble bigger and make my life easier. Always a challenge to letter out very long dialogue, I guess, with very small speech bubbles. So it's kind of annoying. Now to sort of think about, like, what's Clarence gonna say here? Let me put one speech bubble for him. So I'm thinking about maybe like, I don't know, something like, oh, Christina's missing, something like that. And yeah, I think that's, or just kind of something very simple like missing, but that kind of, I don't think that's as satisfying as, oh, Christina's missing. I think that would be the best option. think that Christina is a little too smashed up. Let me split it up. Alrighty, so we got Marlene going, ugh, and she's bleeding out. Leona's like, oh, hang in there. What happened? You must be the new girl. Sorry, it looks like your party's been canceled. Zombies took over the city. The Moons unit warned us. They were attacked by zombies in a mansion. Surviving Moons started disappearing soon after. Christina is missing. So yeah, this is pretty much the 21st page. Let's go ahead and start storyboarding the next page. And the next page I kind of want to do, like I mentioned a number of times already, have Marlene detail what's going on at the police station now with the antagonist that's going to be right now, which is going to be Police Chief Irons. Make them the biggest menace at the moment, along with whatever other zombies are in the police station, and the special effect that I'm still thinking about. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going to be leading to. So kind of just Marlene confirms that Christina is missing. She may or may not be in the city, and that to watch out for Police Chief Irons. And if you see the police chief, to take her out. She can't be trusted, or something along those lines. So let's open up a new document, a new page. Alright, so on this next page, I mean, I ended up with Christina's missing, but I don't want to... I was thinking about maybe having Marlene sort of acknowledge that, oh, you must be Clarence, you know, her little brother, Christina's little brother that she's heard of but never met. But I think I just kind of skip over that part and have her start explaining, I guess, what's going on with the police chief. So I'm kind of thinking about how I should start that. Yeah, just kind of going to skip over that and let me think about it. I think I should probably acknowledge that. Because I think that would be a good segue into the police chief conversation. Kind of like, oh, you must be something very quick. Just, oh, you must be Clarence, you know, or her little brother. Watch out for the police chief. They shot me. You know, don't hesitate. If you see the police chief, you know, blow her head off. Something along those lines. And she's got to tell them where there's She's gonna tell them where there's weapons and give them maybe the key to like the armory or whatever, or wherever, you know, she knows there's weapons. I know in the original RE, at least in the files, it said that police chief, you know, had them spread the ammo around, kind of to make that whole picking up ammo in the middle of nowhere in a hallway make sense in gameplay. So maybe something like that. It's like, oh, you know, I saw some guns in some desk somewhere in an office or something along those lines, and go there to get them. But watch out for the police chief. Something like that. Something like this, kind of just kind of the angle from behind Clarence. So you can see Leona's head over here, and kind of in the center is Marlene, and just kind of one quick speech bubble over here, or maybe two, just like, oh, you must be Christina's little brother. Yeah, like kind of something I mentioned, just something like that to kind of segue into the next point, you know, about the police chief. So let me just kind of figure it out. I think kind of in the next panel I can kind of say like, oh, you know, Christina was saying that the police chief was involved with the Parasol Corporation, and that's why, I don't know, they were sent to go to that zombie infested mansion where most of them died. I don't know, something like that. Probably just, and then just go into that part where like, oh, be careful of the police chief, you know, don't trust them, you know, blow their brains out if you see them. I think a wide shot would do kind of good here between all three of them, just in that panel, just so I don't have to draw so many faces close up, and it just doesn't feel like, you know, gives a little bit more space, I guess. Could be something like that. something like this and fill out the the empty spaces with bubbles, talking bubbles about the situation that I mentioned prior, just to sort of fill it out. This panel's going to be a little bit tricky to draw, but I think I can probably just improvise something. I'm just kind of filling out the very rough dialogue for the speech bubbles, kind of so I understand what I'm gonna write there once I get there. Basically, just telling him right there, that Christina kept insisting that the Parasol Corporation was involved and was behind that whole zombie mansion incident, and they were doing some bad stuff. And she also said that the police chief was involved, and I think that's a pretty good little kind of push into, like, oh, I should have listened to them, and the police chief is crazy, is a bad person. They killed all the survivors that were huddled in the police station, and shot me, and and I should have listened to Christina, etc. Something along those lines. Sort of thinking about what camera angle I guess you can consider, or just kind of say of like this next panel of Marlene. I think I haven't done any real close up of her too much, so I think it should probably just be a close up, just kind of a regretful expression, basically, that she trusts the police chief too much. Something along those lines, that now she's like, oh, I should have listened to Christina when she told me that the police chief couldn't be trusted, and that they're working with the Parasol Corporation, something along those lines. This panel could be something like, I don't know, Christina wasn't crazy after all. I should have listened to her, or listened to the Moon's unit, etc., something like that. And then, well, yeah, kind of go into the whole shebang with what the police chief is up to right now, and that they need to be very cautious. And I think the ending panel should probably be something along those lines of, you know, don't hesitate. Same thing like Marvin said before. You know, if you see them, take them out, etc. Yeah, I think this next little small panel should probably be like a picture of the police chief that's in the main hall, just to sort of give an idea of what they look like. Not only for the for the audience, for us, but also for like Clarence and whatnot. Yeah, you probably have to design the police chief right there and then in that little panel, but it should be something easy. It's gonna be the generic looking middle-aged or older. This is I got fire alarms. Remember, Mr. Sir. Not sure what you mean by that. So let's just design kind of a generic looking, the police chief irons is supposed to be, since it's gender bent, so it's going to be just kind of a generic looking kind of older woman with the haircut, kind of a little bit more stocky build, because Chief Irons was a bit stocky as well, something like that. It's kind of like, I should have listened. The police chief's a psycho. She shot me and killed all of the other survivors. Something along those lines, I think, would probably be efficient, I guess. I don't want to go too detailed into it and, you know, make this into a lot of pages. Fire alarm started ringing out, and I am outside of the house in PM as well. Hey, good luck. I hope nothing bad's going on, but yeah, definitely no worries. Stay safe out there. Good night, good night. something like this. I kind of want to add a little speech bubble over here for something. I think the last panel should probably just be kind of like a flashback of the police chief just kind of with crazy eyes and a gun in her hand, kind of just shooting people. Something like that. I'll be right back. Let me go get some water real quick. Alrighty, so we are back, and yeah, so let me just think of something for this panel. Kind of like should have listened, the police chief isn't a bad person, etc. I think that little speech probably like, you know, she shot me and then she killed all of the survivors and all the survivors that were huddled up in the police station, saying that nobody's going to leave the city alive. That's kind of probably going to be like the best, most efficient and impactful panel, I guess you can say. Something like this, just her with a crazy face kind of shooting people in the data, kind of like a flashback. Just kind of establish that she is the main, well, not the main villain, but she's the villain of this part of the story, the main antagonist right now of the early police station. She kind of just got a machine gun, I guess, and just started blasting all the survivors. And Marlene kind of managed to get away, but she did get shot and kind of returned fire, but she wasn't able to get the police, take out the police chief. That's kind of what I'm gonna write here in these couple of panels in this kind of flashback. Well, not flashback, which is kind of just like a showing showing the police chief basically. Kind of like she's just saying, oh, you walked in with a machine gun and gunned down all the civilians that took refuge in the police station once the zombie incident started happening, shouting about how nobody's going to get out of this city alive, something along those lines. Kind of in these last panels, I don't know how I'm gonna put it. Like, oh, I managed to hit her with the gunshot, but wasn't able to kill her. So just if you see her, I think that probably should be done in the next panel. That kind of like, don't hesitate, kill her. I think this panel is good enough for just kind of establishing that this is going to be the villain that they're going to deal with eventually, or they're going to run into, which may or may not separate them. She's the one that let them into the police station. So yeah, definitely she's going to be out there trying to kill them with the machine gun. I think that would be an interesting thing, have her being much higher power, well, having a much higher power weapon, especially since Leona and Clarence don't really have any weapons right now. Leona lost her gun. And the first encounter, Clarence ran out of bullets. He only has his knife. Something like that. I think it could be interesting. I think, honestly, that's something maybe they should have done with irons a little bit in the actual games. I know it probably was too difficult to do and probably would have maybe taken away a little bit from the horror aspect of it. But kind of have just irons kind of like hunting you down, versus him just being kind of stuck and being kind of like ally, not ally. At least in the original game, I think that was I liked him. He's more evil in the remake. I don't know, I just kind of like the weirdness that he had in the original. It was kind of like, oh, maybe this is an ally, but he's kind of a weirdo. But he's not an ally. He's one of the bad guys. Yeah, I kind of like his original thing. I just have a bias for the original. I think just the original is better in pretty much every way. But honestly, that's just a bias because that's the one I played first and the one I enjoyed the most. I didn't play the remakes, but I did watch a couple of game movies, a couple of gameplays, things. It just looks good, but I don't know. Just very modern reinterpretation of it. One part I did like though was hunk scenario, especially with I saw a mod that somebody had with the first person view, and that, you know, along with the music they used right there was pretty intense, and it was pretty cool. But beyond that, I still think the originals are better. That's just me though. I know a lot of people won't agree with that. Trying to think about what I should put in this last little speech bubble kind of thing. I should put right there a little bubble before is kind of like, oh, I tried to stop her. I don't know. I mean, kind of double emphasizing that she killed all the civilians, but I'm not sure. I don't know. No, I can put tried to stop her, but I wasn't able to, and she managed to kill all of the other police officers that were gathered. Now we're gathered at the, I'm thinking about they were like in the like a not main hall, but kind of like a meeting area somewhere deeper into the police station, where they secured it, and then she just comes in and just starts opening fire on everybody, and catches everybody out by surprise. I think that's probably going to be the best thing. I tried to stop her, but she caught us by surprise, and she managed to take out most of the police officers and all of the civilians with a machine gun, just kind of to emphasize the picture, especially if it's not very clear the way I draw that she has a machine gun. She has a high-powered machine gun or something like that. I was thinking I maybe just go even more ridiculous that she had a minigun or like a Gatling gun. Honestly, I think it'd just be like really dumb, but I think that'd probably just be the kind of a funny thing, with a Gatling gun. I think that's what I'm probably gonna end up doing, just to make it kind of more ridiculous. I think I've been pretty tame with things. I kind of want to take things into a little bit more of a ridiculous area. Just because Resident Evil 2 was already kind of a B movie, and that's what I was kind of going for, but it's kind of redundant. It's already kind of like a B movie. Just kind of go a little bit more ridiculous into it. Yeah, so I'm gonna say that she came in with a minigun and just shot everybody out. Alright, so we got the storyboard ready for this page 22 up. Let's go ahead and start working on this and see how it turns out. So let's go ahead and get started. something like this for Marley, and just kind of looking at him and just saying what she's gonna say, that, you know, he must be Clarence, you know, Christina's little brother, blah blah blah, something like that. Just kind of look like she's not looking at him directly, so I should probably just move her eyes a bit. I think that's looking pretty decent. Let's just keep going. Let's see how it turns out. come together pretty decently. Let's just keep going. I'm gonna draw Clarence now in the foreground, just to kind of, you say this, kind of tie up the panel, I guess, make it look a little bit more interesting. Along those lines for behind of Clarence's head. I really wish I could talk and draw more at the same time. Talk basically while I draw. I just, usually when I'm drawing I can't really talk all that much, so I don't really have too much to say once I start drawing. Alright, and then just the top of Leona's head over here. Just kind of fill out the space, I guess. Alrighty, so let's keep working on this. We got good progress on that first panel. Let's just go ahead and fill out all the little, all the other details, basically. Challenge to maybe draw her hand all bloody without making it look like just like a black blob mess. So probably in these wider shots, I'm not going to draw her hand like too bloody, just so it doesn't look like a big old mess on in her stomach or something like that. That's looking pretty good for that first panel right there. Just fill out some of the empty areas with black, just to kind of everything look a little bit more less empty, I guess you can say, something along those lines. Alright, now this panel is going to be a little bit of a tough one. I don't know. Maybe it might be easier. Let's see how it comes out. Everything's going to be pretty far away, so I can get away with being sketchier than usual. Let's take it out. And just set up a little bit of a stick figure kind of thing, and then just sculpt it out basically. I'll probably just make them a little bit bigger just so they fill out a little bit more of the panel. Let's go ahead and make them a little bit bigger. Something like that probably works fine. You get the idea. I was thinking of putting having Marlene give Leona her beret, just to sort of, oh, you know, just to complete your uniform, you know, since you're a cop here now. I think just drawing the beret sometimes, especially in the side angles, are sometimes a little bit murky. So I don't know, I might reconsider that. I might do it anyways. I mean, because I don't know, I feel it completes her outfit. Especially how that little beret thing. So yeah, I don't know. Might be something I do maybe in the next panel, or in one of the future panels when they come back and meet Marlene, and you know, she's become a zombie, etc. You know, something like that. Something like that. It looks really sketchy, but I mean, it gets the idea across. This panel isn't going to be very big. Basically just lore dropping, I guess, and just info dumping on the reader to sort of give them an idea of what's going on. Yeah, so I think it looks good enough. Let's just go ahead and start drawing Clarence in the background over there. I'll be right back in 1 second. Alrighty, so we are back and let's continue working on the work we have in front of us. Very wonky looking panel, but it'll do. I'd rather just get it done than them trying to make it better. Very few, if any, people are going to actually be reading the comic. It's all about just the work, basically. Just I think I have more fun actually planning the comic in the little storyboarding stage than actually drawing it. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of enjoyment, I guess. Enjoyment and work. Yeah, it's looking pretty fine. So let's just go ahead and just throw in all the little squiggly lines just to sort of make it look like it's a little bit more fuller and whatnot. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw those speech bubbles in, and we'll go ahead and fill them out. And the last step, once everything is drawn out and put in all the grays and all the black colors, we'll go ahead and fill these out and kind of improvise the dialogue, as everything else is also improvised, you know, because that's the way it goes, you know, just improvise everything. On this panel, let's try and just think of kind of wanted to have a kind of like a regretful smile of sorts, to, you know, saying that, you know, she should have listened to Christina's claims about the police chief and parasol and all that stuff, but that she didn't take any of the warnings to heart, basically, and now she finds herself in this predicament where she's been shot by the police chief. Police chief's taken out all the police officers and whatnot with her big old minigun, just to make it funny. Gonna have her running around the police station like that Vulcan guy from Metal Gear Solid with a big old drum of bullets on her back. I think it was actually like an aircraft carrier gun or something like that in that game. An fighter jet Gatling gun or something like that. I don't remember correctly. I think this expression works for the most part what I'm trying to do. Just kind of like a regretful smile of thinking about that she should have just listened to the warnings or whatnot. I think that this expression is good enough. So let's just take a little break from being hunched over drawing. And yeah, I think that's I don't know, okayish expression. It's kind of a mixture of she can't believe this and kind of I should have listened and kind of a regretful smile type of thing, perhaps. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. but did forget to outline this other panel over here. So let's go back to the previous panel and just kind of outline all the main characters just to kind of make them pop out of the page a little bit more. Marlene came out pretty decently. So let's go ahead and draw out the little speech bubbles on the panel, and then move on to drawing the police chief over here and kind of designing her a little bit. Alrighty, so this panel should theoretically be easy because it's just a very picture on the wall of the police chief. But let's see if it's going to be as easy as I think it is. So police chief, kind of like police chief Irons, just kind of more stockier build. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. She's a bit of an older woman. Same thing like Irons. So try and get that kind of older, more mature, stockier build in there. And I don't know. Try to make her look like maybe not bad, kind of like in terms of her character design, I guess, not make her look like she's got like a mean face or anything like that. Maybe I should. I don't know. Thinking about that right now. I'll give her a more like stocky grandma, older woman look right there. I think that's working pretty good. I think we're gonna probably stick with something like that. A very kind of innocent looking picture of the police chief right there. Police Chief Irons. What is Irons' first name anyways? I forgot. Is it like Brian? Brian Irons? No, that doesn't sound right. I don't know, I have to look it up later after I finish streaming. It's probably gonna be I won't be able to get it off my mind until I remember. Police Chief Irons. Brad, I know, but Brad is the name of the police, the pilot that left him behind. Huh. Like that. We got some pretty good progress right now. I think the panel and the dialogue kind of moved pretty decently. This is honestly probably about the most amount of dialogue I've had in the past couple pages, usually because Leona and Clarence don't really speak at too much at depth they don't speak a lot to each other just because of the circumstances that are going on. But yeah, I think, this kind of took me back to the other comics where I was doing where there was more dialogue, and I can take advantage of those speech bubbles to not draw a lot of background details, and yeah, that was a kind of a nice callback. But now, yeah, let's go ahead and start drawing the last panel, which would be with the police chief with her minigun, gunning down all the police officers and civilian survivors of when the outbreak started. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that started. It's almost time to call it quits, so let's see how far we can get ahead with this. Kind of a very crazy face, just kind of shooting at everybody with the minigun. She's got a bulletproof vest on just in case anybody tries to fight back. Something like that I think is pretty decent. Just kind of draw the muzzle flash of the minigun and how she just shot everybody up. The muzzle flash being in the middle of the torso is kind of weird. I'm probably just gonna move it over to the side, which she's like, you know, shooting it from the side, how it would look a little bit more natural. Something like that, I think, is adequate for what we're trying to do here. Just a kind of crazy person firing off machine gun. Just kind of give you the point of what I'm trying to do, basically. I feel like giving her like a little weird bow. I think that would be weird, and I think it's gonna be something that's kind of like a weird little bow like that. Let's see what it looks like. Let's just keep that in there for the meantime. If I don't like it later, I'll just take it out. Alright, let's go ahead and do the outline real quick just to make her have a little bit more difference in line weights. Alrighty, so that's the progress we got for this stream. We did some pretty good progress right now. We got over Marlene's speech, I guess, explaining what's going on, and now we established the police chief is going to be the main antagonist for this part of the story, anyways, at the early police station. and that she's bonkers. She killed everybody that was reunited at the meeting with her minigun, and establishing kind of a threat for Clarence and Leona, deviating from Resident Evil 2 just to kind of keep things interesting for me. Basically, I don't want to just kind of make straight story beats for the same thing. I wasn't planning to just do kind of like a comic of Resident Evil 2 per se, or else I just would have done followed it beat per beat basically, and just kept Leon and Claire as they are, and just gone straight beat per beat. That would have been something else, but kind of just keep myself interested, busy in this project. So yeah, that's what we got right now. We'll go ahead and finish up this page in the next stream. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming on Saturday and Sunday coming up next. Probably around the same time I started, around say like maybe 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, sometime in that area, and I'll be streaming for about 2 hours or so, just while we progress and make some more comics. I'll be uploading probably tomorrow, sometime later tonight, the weekly video progress log that I usually do. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream. You guys stay safe out there. Bye bye.